The gospel lesson today is from the gospel according to St. Luke, the 15th chapter, beginning at the first verse. And I'm reading today from the Message translation. By this time, a lot of men and women of doubtful reputation were hanging around Jesus, listening intently. The Pharisees and religious scholars were not pleased, not at all pleased. They growled, "He takes in sinners and eats meals with them, treating them like old friends." Their grumbling triggered this story. So Jesus said, "Suppose one of you had 100 sheep and lost one. Wouldn't you leave the 99 in the wilderness and go after the lost one until you found it? And when you found, you can be sure you would put it across your shoulders, rejoicing. And when you got home, call in your friends and neighbors, saying, 'Celebrate with me, I found my lost sheep.' Count on it. There's more joy in heaven over one sinner's rescued life than over 99 good people in no need of rescue." Or imagine a woman who has 10 coins and loses one. Won't she light a lamp and scour the house, looking in every nook and cranny until she finds it? And when she finds it, you can be sure she'll call her friends and neighbors, "Celebrate with me, I found my lost coin." Count on it. That's the kind of party God's angels throw every time one lost soul, turns to God. Here ends the reading. We're going to sing the song, "'Tis So Sweet to Trust in Jesus." And Earl reminded me, Earl has made CDs in the past, and one of his CDs is entitled, "'Tis So Sweet to Trust in Jesus." If you would like to have one of his CDs, you can contact Carol during the week in the office, and she has some available, so you can do that. So you can remain seated as we sing this old gospel hymn.
So sweet to trust in
of you never sang that song before? Oh, wow. That is an old gospel song that is very popular. Not popular very much, I guess, in our denomination, but it's a great old gospel song. Those of you who listen to the Prairie Home Companion with Garrison Keeler, Garrison Keeler, by the way, is coming to Worcester, I think, in the spring. A lot of the old gospel songs are done on Prairie Home Companion. It's pretty interesting. I want to talk today about our tendency in our world to divide the world into the good and the bad. I thought about this when I thought about the pastor in Florida who had been planning to burn the Koran. This was an act of discouragement and defiance, I guess. As opposed to his religion, he felt that the Muslims had no right to exist. It's funny that the United States Constitution is founded on tolerance and the unwillingness to let any one group kind of have the upper hand altogether. I have a tolerance bumper sticker on the back of my car, and it has all the religious symbols of all the world's religions, or many of the world's religions. By the way, there are about 4,000 distinct world religions. There are about 4,000 ways people worship God that have some distinctions one from the other. So obviously the bumper sticker would be from here to the firehouse if I tried to include them all. But all the major religions, their symbols spell out the word tolerance in this bumper sticker. And it's important for us to know that. And when you read the stories of Jesus, you can't come away with any other conclusion other than the fact that Jesus didn't have any demands about what people believed when he took them on, when he befriended them, when he sat down at table and ate with them. There are so many complications in this life. We know this. Life is so complex. And any of you who've raised a child know that this complexity comes out of ourselves. You know, we gave birth to these children, and then we find out, what the heck is this? This child is so complex, and they've got different ideas from me, and sometimes they look me in the eye and say, no, I don't agree with you. And then parents look at each other and say, what have we done here? It's the way of the world because life is complex. And when you try to boil it down to something that's really simple, it eventually looks pretty foolish. It looks pretty foolish in this world that is so full of complexity. And I think about the development of this nutritional thing in Africa. I don't know how this happened, but why didn't it happen years ago? Because the development process for new technologies and new foods and new everything is very complex.